If you guys are looking to get a stacked NBA 2K account or to get your badges grinded, make sure to hit up GoatPlug on Instagram. His link will be in the description.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I ride the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, what's up with YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in the day with yet another video today. I'm coming to you guys with the best lockdown builds, best defensive builds in the game. Now, the way this is gonna go is pretty much a top 10, but I didn't want it to go away from like the series I be doing when it comes to like the top 5. So I'm just gonna, it's really gonna still be ranked based off the honorable mentions. The honorable mentions, it's gonna be 5 honorable mentions, but they're all gonna be ranked in the order of what I think is better from least to greatest, and then we're gonna do the top 5. But yeah, man, you guys been begging me to do these type of videos, so I'm gonna be dropping these type of joints. I told you guys, y'all give me the 15K. We're gonna be dropping nothing but bangers. We're getting real close. I think y'all gonna be y'all gonna like these videos that I'm dropping off rip when we hit that 15K. I'm telling you, I think y'all gonna like these videos I'm dropping off rip when we hit that 15K. But yeah, go ahead, spam that like button if you guys are ready for these videos. Now, I don't know if a lot of y'all was here when I hit 10K, but I was doing like some random codes, Xbox, PS4 codes every video, so we're gonna be doing that again when we hit 15K. I don't know how many days in a row we're gonna be doing this, but yeah, we're gonna be doing another banger week. Now, I had teased that I might do a banger month. Now, we'll see how that go, but from right now, bro, I got a lot of videos ready for this joint, bro. So yeah, if you guys ready to hit this 15K like I am, bro, we finna go crazy. But yeah, man, in today's video, like I said, we're gonna be going over the best lockdown builds, the 5 best builds, but we got 5 honorable mentions, so it's pretty much the top 10. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alright, so all these builds in this list gonna be very, very good. So the first one coming in at the first honorable mention is the 3&D wing build. Now this is a small 4 build. This is a very good lockdown build. Now the only reason that's separating it from the other builds on this list is that it's just not as good as like the top tier, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying, like it doesn't do everything the same rate. Like when it comes to the finishing, it can finish, but it doesn't get enough badges. When it comes to the shooting, it can shoot, but it doesn't get as much badges. It can play make a little bit, but it doesn't get as much badges. It can play defense, but it doesn't get as much badges. So like it's it's one of the better well-rounded builds that's gonna be on this list, but like it doesn't do anything spectacularly, if you know what I mean. But yeah, man, the 3&D wing coming in at number 1. I'm not gonna make none of these honorable mentions too long because it's gonna be a lot of builds on this list. But yeah, before we get done with this build, what you do, you're gonna get Hall of Fame shooting, Hall of Fame not finishing, but defensive badges. The takeovers that you also get on this build are going to be Lockdown, Sharpshooter, Playmaker, Shot Creator. Now, what I would go on this build would probably be Lockdown, especially if you're trying to be a defensive type of build. Alright, coming in at the second honorable mention is going to be a little bit debatable, but it's going to be the shot blocking wing. Now, on the shot blocking wing, it's just better, and it's just a little bit different in different ways. So the other build, it had the playmaking badge, this one has the finishing. Now, this one can still post up, so if you got somebody little on you got a mismatch, you can still post up on them. You get better defensive badges, you get the same amount of shooting, but you get more finishing badges. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to these small 4 builds, I feel like it's more important to have those finishing badges than have those playmaking badges, because you really just most likely gonna be a corner sitter, or you just gonna be able to take advantage of the mismatches if you playing twos or something. It really just depends on how you really try to play with this build. But another thing is, with this build is gonna be very good at utilizing is the spot up. So if you spotting up, you can cut, you can shoot, and you're gonna have really, really good, decent defense. Like I said, none of these builds are gonna be exceptionally bad. Now, like the other build, you do get shooting and defensive badges, Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure all these builds on this list, because there's no point in just making a pure lockdown build on this game. Now, there is one build that is a pure lockdown build that's above the rest, in my opinion. Now, I'm only gonna include one of those on this entire list, but yeah, the shot blocking wing coming in at the second honorable mention spot. Alright, next is going to be the closest thing to a pure lock that's going to be on this list, and this is going to be the multi-positional defender. Now, this is going to be a build that you can take anywhere and be the big man role, but you're not a big man, you know what I'm saying? So, what it really is a pure lockdown that can get contact dunks and all that. So yeah, you got to think about that. So it's not gonna be the best shooter, but like I've seen people shoot on 40, so I wouldn't even put it past people to learn how to shoot on a 3-pointer with 35. I really wouldn't put it past people. I think Joe Knows just dropped a video on shooting with a 47 jump shot or something like that. But yes, I wouldn't put it past people learning how to shoot on a 35, but you only get one shooting badge. I feel like if you get this build to legend, it's gonna be very, very crazy, because that's when you start getting more badges on shooting, playmaking, finishing. Now you're already off rip gonna get pretty much everything that you need and more on the offensive, or not the offensive, but the defensive side of the ball, because you're gonna have all the defensive stuff. Only thing that you're gonna be lacking on is pretty much the rebounding, but that's still pretty decent at a 77 and an 86. So if you go up in height, it's gonna go even higher. Well, actually, no, it doesn't go any. It barely goes higher. It goes higher, but it barely goes any higher. Only thing that goes higher is the offensive rebound. But in my opinion, it's a well-rounded build when it comes to what you're really trying to do, because you're gonna be really able to guard pretty much any position. You're gonna be able to get contact dunks eventually. Now, to me, it's pretty much just a lockdown build that's gonna be playing the big man role. It can't be like a spot up. Like you can't. It can. I wouldn't put it past people to learn how to shoot on this build, but I wouldn't do it. So that's the only reason it's an honorable mention. Now on this list, it's probably the best pure lockdown build, but for what I'm looking for, it can't really do as much as these other builds, in my opinion. So yeah. All right, and coming in at the next honorable mention spot, the fourth honorable mention on the list is the two-way sharpshooter at the shooting guard position. Now, the other two-way sharpshooter has a build that's very similar to other builds that's on this list, so I didn't even put it on here. It's gonna be, I'll just group it up with the other builds that's on this list that's very similar. But yeah, the two-way sharpshooter, I feel like is a very, very, very good build, bro. Because if you at the shooting guard, you can go up to 6'7", so you can guard the small forward, shooting guard, point guard. So it's very good for the perimeter defense. Then when you look at it, bro, you get 18. No, you don't get 18. Oh, actually, you do get 18. You get 18 badges on defense, 17 shooting, 10 playmaking, and 4 finishing. So yeah, I feel like if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be able to shoot at a decent rate. Your playmaking is decent, and you also get finishing badges. The only thing that was taken away from the 3 and D that you couldn't do finishing badges. Now, like I said, bro, if you're making it a small forward, I would rather have finishing than playmaking, because you really much gonna be a corner sitter anyway. So like having that playmaking isn't gonna make that big of a difference. But with this build being a shooting guard, having that playmaking actually might help a little bit, because if you go to 6'9", at that point you're not really gonna be helping anybody trying to dribble, be like a secondary ball handler all the time. So I would pretty much just rather somebody just sit in the corner playing like this, you know what I'm saying? If you're using builds like this, sitting, being a corner center, being a spot up. So yeah, that's what pretty much all these builds are gonna be good for, except for probably that multi-positional defender. But yeah, this is definitely not, none of these builds, like I said, are bad builds, but this build, in my opinion, is just better than the rest that's been on the list so far. All right, coming in next in the last spot for the honorable mention is going to be the glass cleaning lockdown build. The glass cleaning lockdown build, this is the build that's the shooting glass, the shooting rim, whatever you want to call it. Now this is a build that's pretty, like the way I make it, I'm gonna be uploading this version onto the channel soon, because the way I made it at the beginning of the year, I kind of messed it up in a lot of different ways when it comes to the physicals and stuff like that. I could have got his strength to max, I could have got his interior defense higher, stuff like that. So I'm gonna be uploading this video for y'all very soon. But you can get it very balanced when it comes to the badges: 7 finishing, 13 shooting, 8 playmaking, 14 where you can be able to post up, you're gonna be able to dunk, you're gonna be able to spot up, you're gonna be able to play decent defense. Now the only thing that's really holding this build back is that it can't really guard a lot of different positions, because the interior defense isn't that high. Like you don't really even have anything on interior defense, you know what I'm saying? You don't have anything on it, so it's really just there to play the paint pretty much. Now, can you still guard people that's trying to rim run pretty much? Yeah, but I mean, you don't have a perimeter defense, so it's not gonna be the guard pretty much guards at all, because you don't have any perimeter defense. So like if they shoot it, you're gonna get a bad contest most of the time. So you gotta think about all the aspects in this game that really matter. Now also another thing is, you don't get as many badges as all these builds on this list does. So you get 7 finishing, 13 shooting, 8 playmaking, 16 defensive. Now that is well-rounded, but you're not gonna get as many in total as these other builds will. But yeah, I feel like this is the best big man lockdown build in the game, hands down. But for this list, it's gonna still come at the honorable mention. But it's the best of all the honorable mentions in my opinion. All right, next we got the first build that's actually gonna be in the top 5. Now we get into the top 5, and it's gonna be the perimeter lockdown build. Now this build has been blowing up on my channel. Now I can understand why, because the badges are very, very balanced. You get 9 finishing, 16 shooting, 10 playmaking, and 16 defensive badges. So you can get 3 gold badges finishing, 3 gold badges playmaking, and 4 badges Hall of Fame shooting, 4 badges Hall of Fame on defense. And if you do it like me, you don't really need but 3 Hall of Fame badges on defense, and just put the rest to whatever you really want to put it to. But yeah, this is very well-rounded badge when it comes to the badges, especially when it comes to the badges. When you come to all these builds hitting legend, this might be the best build for hitting legend when it comes to all these builds, because this build, especially for the guards. Now, if you worry about like getting rebounds, this is not gonna be a good build for you, because it's not gonna get rebounds at all. Because if you don't have rebound up, it's not gonna be good. You pretty much have to put rebound chaser on at least bronze or silver to be able to get boards. Now, if you're going against people that actually have rebound, they still might get boards over you. I'm just letting you know. But you do, it's just one of those builds again that gets shooting and defensive badges Hall of Fame. The takeovers you get, very, very good takeovers, lockdown, playmaker, shot creator, sharpshooter takeover. But yeah, I feel like the builds that's above it either get more badges, they're more well-rounded when it comes to being able to get boards, they're more well-rounded when it comes to playing interior defense and stuff like that. But yeah, the perimeter lockdown is very, very good. It's like a very good secondary ball handler, a very good corner setter, a very good perimeter defender build. Now, in this, for the video purposes, I put it to 6'3", but you can go to 6'6", and it's gonna still be a very, very good build as a perimeter lockdown. So yeah. All right, this is gonna be probably the biggest arguable thing. This could be the best build in the game if you're looking at it a different way than me. But as a pure lockdown, looking at it as a pure lockdown compared to these builds, it's gonna be above it. I would say it's coming in at number 4, and it's the 2-way 3-level facilitator. Now this probably is my second favorite build on this list. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my second favorite build on this list, but I didn't want to be biased and I put it at 2. Now the reason that I say it's 2 is because it has to be 6'5". Now it does get 18 and 19. There's a build that's pretty much exactly like it, that's gonna be right above it at 6'6", just because it is 6'6". But with that being said, bro, this build is definitely good. You're gonna be able to rebound, you're gonna be able to get steals, you're gonna be able to play lateral quickness. Perimeter defense is good. Now you have pretty much nothing on interior defense, nothing on offensive rebound, but you can get those 6 finishing badges. You can get 18 upgrades on shooting, 11 upgrades on playmaking, 19 upgrades on defense. So you get 2 gold if you want. You can get 4 Hall of Fame with 2 left over, 3 gold on playmaking with 2 left over, and then you can get 4 Hall of Fame with 3 left over on defense. So I feel like this is probably gonna be the most well-rounded point guard build for like a shooting lockdown. But as a pure lockdown, I would probably go with something that could be taller, because you get 6'5". You really kind of like these small forward slashes when they just like want to be taller than you. It's not gonna make, especially when you don't have interior defense up, it's gonna be a pretty big deal when you don't have that up. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's definitely one of the better lockdown builds because of how good it can be, because it's very similar to the inside-out playmaker that I love, the offensive threat that I love, because it has pretty much everything the same except for the ball handle is just slightly lower and you can't get contact dunks, but you have Hall of Fame defensive badges. So I can see people saying it's better than that 4. It could even easily be a top 2 badge on this list, or not badge, but build on this list. Now, in my opinion, it is a top 2 build on this list, but for a lockdown, for best lockdown builds, in my opinion, it comes in at number 4. All right, next we got, for coming in at number 3, the 2-way pass first point. Now, the 2-way pass first point, in my opinion, is the best point guard shooting lockdown build on this list. Now, this is gonna be the premier lockdown build for getting amount of badges. Like if you going for the most badges possible on one of these builds, and you can still be 6'6", this is the build for you, because it's pretty much the same thing as the last build, but it's 6'6". It's pretty much the same thing. Like literally every single thing is the same. I think the only differences might be the takeovers. Yeah, and this one you can get slasher takeover. The last one you got shot creator takeover instead. So in my opinion, it also even gets better takeovers, because slasher takeover, lockdown takeover, best takeovers in the game, especially for guards, in my opinion. Now, another thing to note, bro, when it comes to these builds, bro, that you have to think about. Now, the ball handle might be low, but when you put gold quick first step, bro, with the people that's the type of builds that's gonna be guarding you, it's still gonna catch them off guard when you doing cuts, doing spot ups and stuff like that. So it really just depends on how you really want to play with these builds. Now, the only reason I would say this build is better than the last build from a pure lockdown standpoint is because it can be taller. That 1 inch in height, people might not understand how much of a difference it makes, but it does make a difference. Also, if you put the wingspan to longer instead of minimum, or not minimum, but like 1 up, you're gonna be, if you go to minimum, I think it's gonna be a 2-way sharp. You go to max, it's gonna be a pass rush point instead of a 2-way pass rush point. So it really depends on how you want to do it. Now, this is not gonna be at minimum, so you gonna only have a 70 ball handle. Only reason I didn't go to max so I could keep that 70 ball handle, because that 70 ball handle is gonna make a difference. But if you go max, you're gonna eventually get your ball handle to a 70 by getting to 97 or 99, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get that +4. But yeah, in my opinion, this is the best balanced shooting lockdown build in the game, in my opinion. All right, next, coming in at number 2 on the list is the Rebound Wing. Now, the Rebound Wing is probably one of the most known lockdown builds in the game this year, because that's what pretty much everybody makes. If you're making a small forward and you're making a lockdown, you want to be a person that's gonna spot up and be very good, very dominant, Rebound Wing is the build that everyone makes. Now, the reason I say that is because the defense is so good. The defense is actually so good on this build, to the fact that you get everything on defense, everything's maxed. So you don't lack anything. Like offensive rebound, you can do that. Defense rebound, you can do that. Block, steal, lateral quickness, perimeter defense, interior defense, everything. Even on shooting, you pretty much got everything. The only thing you can't do at a high rate is post fade. You have a standing dunk, driving dunk, layup, close shot, all that. So this is one of those builds, like I said at the beginning when I was talking about the shot blocking wing, I would rather my small forward builds not even really worry about the playmaking, because as long as you can spot up, shoot, and cut for me, like I can throw you a lob, I can hit you on a cut with a bounce pass, whatever I really gotta do. If you can spot up at a high rate and you can guard ball pretty much any position, because you can put this build to 6'9", you pretty much can guard all guards and pretty much all bigs. All you gotta really do is just have the right badges on. So I feel like this is, as a pure shooting lockdown build, this is the best build in the game for a pure shooting lockdown build, and you trying to spot up as a lockdown. I feel like this is probably the best build in the game. That's what I would probably say. But yeah, man, like I said, it's coming in at number 2 on the best lockdown builds on the list. So yeah. And coming in at number 1, the most popular build, the build that everybody's using, is the PlayLock build, the two-way slashing Playmaker. The two-way slashing Playmaker is a build that you can pretty much do it all. You can spot up on it, you can be an ISO player and shoot on it, you can stick the best player on the other team, you can be the playmaker for your team, and you can get contact dunks. So it's like you can do the hop steps at an even like a crazy high rate. So I feel like this is just the best lockdown build in the game. In my opinion, it's the best build in the game. It's the best lockdown build. For any builds, videos like this, it's gonna probably be the best because how much it can do, bro. It literally does everything. It's like a 4 archetype type build. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is just how, I don't know what 2K was thinking with this build, to be honest, with how they made it be able to get contact dunks, it can shoot, all that. But yeah, with that being said, it's the best build in the game. I made a case for all these builds, reasons why I think they were lower, why they could be higher. But yeah, I can see, if I wouldn't be mad if people argue with some of these builds, especially the 2-way three-level facilitator, the perimeter lockdown, any of them builds in the top 5, any of these builds on this list could have been higher. I'm not gonna lie, any of these builds on the list. But in my opinion, hands down, the best lockdown build in the game is the 2-way slashing Playmaker. But yeah, man, this is the 5 best lockdown builds in the game. And really, it's the top 10 lockdown builds in the game. But yeah, man, I went over everything in this build list. Pretty much everything. I told you guys why I ranked them. I ranked them. But yeah, man, for that alone, please leave a like on this video if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new, man. We got more videos coming out every single day, man. Turn on post notifications to be the first to every single one of my videos. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm about to be, man.
I heard it talking shit, but ain't nothing. Tips on the stick, yeah, that clip, hold 100. Okay, out the pouch, out the onion. Heard it talking down, but he ain't getting money. Diamonds on me, coach it like this.